Hey everybody, it's Eric from MAPerformance.com. In today's video, we'll be doing an install of Swift Spec-R springs for our 2015 Subaru WRX. A link to the product can be found in the description below. We're putting the STI version of these springs in our car. They're just a bit stiffer. Both will fit on either model, STI or WRX. These springs will lower your car about 1 inch all the way around. This kit will give your car a more aggressive appearance, lower the wheel gap, and improve stopping and turning performance. Always remember to get your car aligned properly after the install of lowering springs. Having a proper alignment performed after your lowering spring install will improve your steering response for cutting corners and keep your car as straight as an arrow on the street or at the strip. Also, keep in mind there can be some downsides to more low. If you live in an area with terrible road conditions or have a large curb you need to drive over daily, be aware. You may very well begin to scrape more often. You might also want to consider the ride quality. Lowering springs are generally going to provide a slightly more aggressive spring rate, which can translate to a stiffer, more sport-like ride. Here's a list of what you will need for the install. 12, 14, 17, and 19mm sockets, a pin removal tool, spring compressor, and a car jack or lift. So let's get into it. We will be starting in the front of the car. Lift it up with whatever method you choose. Take off the wheels. Mark the eccentric so you can line it back up more easily later. Remove the 12mm bolt for the brake line. Remove the clip holding the ABS sensor wire to the strut. Remove the two 19mm nuts from the steering knuckle. Make sure you loosen the nut and not the bolt, and do not remove the bolts yet. Loosen the three 12mm nuts from the top strut mount while holding the spring assembly so it doesn't fall out the bottom. Then pull the two bolts out of the knuckle the rest of the way. Bring the spring assembly to the spring compressor and remove the top nut, 17mm. Pull off the top strut mount, then take the spring off. Clean the dirt off. Place the new spring into position, making sure it lines up properly. This step is very important. Also, line up the top strut mount. And reassemble the top. Slide the assembly back into position. Align the strut hole mounts and hand tighten the nuts. We recommend you put anti-seize on the two strut bolts before you replace them. Tighten the nuts while holding the bolt in place. Reconnect the ABS sensor wire and replace the 12mm bolt for the brake line. Once everything is connected on the bottom, tighten the three 12mm nuts on the top strut mount. Replace the wheel, and you're done with the front. Let's move to the back. Inside the trunk, there are 4 push-button clips. Remove these carefully, prying from between the head and the white piece. Once these are removed, fold back the trunk liner. Remove the two 14mm nuts. Moving back to the wheel well, remove the sway bar end link bolt, 14mm. Remove the bottom strut mount bolt, 17mm, and remove the rear strut assembly. Compress the spring and remove the top nut, 17mm. Remove the top strut, spring, and clean the assembly. Put on the new spring and reassemble. Place the new assembly into position. Reattach the sway bar end link and reattach the bottom strut mount. Back in the trunk, replace the two nuts on top of the strut mount. Replace the 4 clips to secure the liner. Close the trunk, replace the wheels, lower it down, and you're done. Don't forget to get your car aligned after the installation of these springs. You just installed your Swift Spec-R springs for the 2015 Subaru WRX. Hit the road today and enjoy. Before you do that, make sure to drop this video a like. Let us know how the install went in the comments. If you have any questions, let us know below as well. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for many more installs, unboxings, and tons more cool stuff. If there's anything you want to see, let us know.